Is that the screens
looks like we're going to the right place.
Is that the screens that the public will see?
One.
Welcome. It's Monday night again.
Yay.
It's Monday night again.
It is. I know. I've only just slept.
Would you know it? And it's nearly the end of February.
I know, it's nearly Christmas, dude.
It's payday. It's payday next week.
Ooh.
Thank heavens for that.
I remember those days. I found a payslip the other day from about 15 years ago, and I'm like, God, I remember those things. In fact, they're 20 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. So much month left at the end of the money.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, it's payday, and I'm broke.
Yeah. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to Monday Night eModels. And you may see there's just me and Foxx here this evening. Well, not his bench anyway. Yes. We'll go to my bench because, as you know, we now do a bit of bench work, a bit of model building, and still chatting and things like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Colin's not with us tonight. He's got other things to do. Real life has got in the way, but we'll hopefully see him in the future sometime. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we're just going to crack on and motor along and do things. We've got the giveaway. Yeah. So if you haven't commented on the last video, yes, not last week's Colin's, the week before the eModels live video, go across and do it now, and there's a great chance you could win a free Thunderbolt. It is a Thunderbolt, isn't it?
It's a Hawker Tempest, actually. Yes, so a Thunderbolt.
Yeah, that's it. Go and win it. It's free, and it will be sent to you at no charge.
Yes, well, even the box will be free.
But cake and biscuits will be accepted in lieu of payment, sent direct to me, Ted at eModels.
Wait, what about me? I like cake as well and biscuits. Unless they're nice biscuits, because they're boring. We don't do plain biscuits in this house.
Now, Skylar went out the other day. Skylar's granddaughter went out the other day. Went to the range, I think it is, because they do a box of broken biscuits.
Oh, broken biscuits!
And it was full. Well, it was quite full of jammy Dodgers without the jam.
Oh, that's not good.
So yeah, they'd obviously been rejected because there was no jam in them.
See, I'm not even a fan of jammy Dodgers. I don't like the jam and I don't like the Dodger. So it's like...
But hang on a minute. If it's a jammy Dodger without the jam,
is it
just a Dodger?
It's just a Dodger, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one or two coming into chat. If you are out there in video land and you just sat watching, there's a little button down there somewhere. Come and say hello in chat.
Yeah.
We won't bite. Let us know you're there. Yep. But that's
don't forget, right. Don't forget, folks, this is a show for eModels.co.uk, your one-stop shop
for all your modelling needs.
All your model making needs. So please don't swear in chat. Keep it nice and family friendly because anybody could be watching. And please don't discuss other model retailers in the chat. Like Ted says, if you want to come and join the live chat and watch the stream at the same time, click the little YouTube icon in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen down there somewhere. And that will take you to YouTube where you can carry on watching and join in the live chat. You can ask us questions and all kinds of good stuff. Now, I have to warn you, because Colin's not with us tonight. Chris, of course, isn't with us for a while either. He's going to be back soon. Both real life for both of them. So they'll both be back soon enough. But because Colin's not here, I've got all the buttons and I'm doing the stream. So expect it to fall over, explode and not work.
It might fall over.
Yeah, because my computer's a bit rubbish. It's the same as Colin's, but he's got a big fat graphics card and I haven't. So it's a bit stressful on my system. So do apologise if it falls over, but it should be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Nothing to worry about. Yes, in chat we've got a few people coming in. We've got Retro Rabbit Studios says, hi kids, hi James, how you doing, buddy? The Bobbins is in and says good evening. Lee Barrett is in and says hey all, and Jackie Crafting with Jacqueline is in and says good evening gents.
Retro Rabbit.
Rabbit says giveaways and me don't get along well anymore, but good luck to everyone else. Well, if you don't enter it, you're not going to have a chance of winning, are you, dude?
Oh, I don't know how many have entered this week. Remember, we're one of the modelling shows where not many people enter our giveaways, so there's more chance that you can win.
Yeah. So don't feel sorry for yourself. Just get on the last live show. Put your comment in. The last eModels group show, this one. Put your comment in and see what happens. Even if you don't win, you still give it a try. See? Bobbin answers the question, of course, bench and belly and beverage. What's on your bench? What you're working on? What's in your belly? And what's your beverage of choice at the minute? We only really care about the food. We're not really fussed about the model kit, but you can tell us.
We didn't have any tea tonight, not as such really, because we went out to the pub at lunchtime and we had roast. Yeah, we had a full roast dinner.
Full Sunday roast on a Monday. Good lad. Yes. I've got a whole bunch of food waiting for me later on after the show for when I get downstairs. The Bobbin says belly bolognese, bench 172nd Blackburn Buccaneer. Old school.
Oh, I like the Buccaneer. It's a nice aircraft.
Yeah. Dave Cardboard is in and says, hey Dave, and he says JD without a jam is just a jammy. I'll start that again. Breathe. A jammy Dodger without jam is just a nice biscuit. It's not even nice. It's just cardboard. Phil East is in and says evening all. Richard Thomas Scale Model World is in, says good evening everyone, thumbs up. And Dan Kramer is in and says I'm listening while I'm at work today. Cool. Don't let your boss catch you. Ret Rabbit says no, I've won things on giveaways, they never arrived. Over 14 months, still waiting. That's because you're elsewhere, isn't it? Curses to the overseas post.
Yeah, that's probably the problem. He's probably sat in customs somewhere.
Yeah. Right, well, that's the chat up today. So don't forget, folks, ask us questions. We'll be sat here painting. Ted, what are you working on tonight, my friend?
What's everybody been up to this week? What have you been building? I did, from last week, I've progressed the Zaxxas a little way in that I put the decals on. There was lots of them. They're all tiny. A lot of them are tiny, but I put it on and it's really brought it to life. I've sort of sat it on. The base does still come off because I'm going to do some weathering on that. But there's lots of little decals and all wanted putting on. And you're probably never ever going to see them because once I've weathered it, that's it. So I've got some ideas of what I'm going to do. But first I need to finish the excavator shovel, the shovel at the front. I've got to put some pipe work, some hydraulic pipes on that. And it's really tiny. Really tiny.
Have you got a little nipple, Ted, it needs to go on?
I've got what, sorry?
Have you got a little nipple for your tube?
My tubes, yeah.
Do they go on little nipples? I just want to keep saying nipple.
Nippers. I've got some somewhat, yeah. I need to measure them all out first and work out how it goes because there are some tiny little
you don't get them all the right length, but you have to cut them to size? Yeah,
you need to cut them to size. It tells you that the size that you need to do it. I don't think it's that important though because you just shove them in a hole in the tractor unit. And nobody will ever see them.
Ted. Never assume. You know what happens. Crafting with Jacqueline says belly was chicken in batter and chips, and yes, Foxx, all done in my new oven. She's got a new oven, you know, Ted.
Oh well.
She's not told anybody that she's got a new oven at all.
We got one of those air fryers for Christmas. A big posh one.
Oh yeah.
Double doors, and we've actually never put the oven on since Christmas. Everything's done in that now. I tell a lie. We did do it once because we made a big pizza, and we didn't want to put it in it, so we put the oven on for a pizza. That was all. Just because it wouldn't fit in that air fryer thing.
Air fryer. Tonight I will be... Oh, that's the point. What have I been doing? I will be carrying on with my orc in War Boss in Mega Armour. Over the weekend, I did a bit of extra painting. I could go full screen, but it involves pressing buttons and I'd probably break it, so I'm not going to. I actually painted and worked on his skin and the grot skin and the trousers. So I've actually got them pretty much finished. You probably won't see on screen, but I did all. I'll see if I can zoom in a bit. Hang on, can I do it without breaking anything?
Is that a Warhammer holding vice?
Yes, it's one of the new ones, but I don't like them. Don't like the new ones. I like the older ones.
Actually, I did see them. I was going to put one in my what's in store tonight, but I found something else.
Well, I mean, this is the big one, and I find it doesn't really hold this size base very well. It has pinged out a few times, but the little ones are all right. But yes, I did all the highlights and stuff on his skin. I've painted the teeth and the eyes, and I've done the grot's skin as well. I also, for some reason, I had a bit of a nick in his head. There was like I must have hit it with the knife and not realised, and taken a chunk out. So instead of trying to fill it, what I did was I just turned it into a wound. So he's got a big gaping red, pinky bloody red wound on his head. So there you go. And then I've got
always happy little accidents.
Yeah, and I've got no way to know if I'm in focus now. So people do let me know if I'm in focus, if you wouldn't mind, because I've got no idea now. Shouldn't have done that really. Well. So I shall be painting some other details. I'm going to work on his red little bit of cloth there and some other bits and bobs. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. Let's have a look.
Jacqueline says her oven has a built-in air fry. Oh,
ooh! Has she got a new oven then, Ted? I think she's got a new oven. I think Jackie might have a new oven. I'm sure. I don't know if she told anybody, but I don't know if she wants people to know. But I think she got a new oven. We were taking the mickey out of her on our Friday stream. Where are we? Lee Barrett says, Belly, chicken pie and veg, bench decaling a 172nd Eurofighter.
Oh, if I remember when I built my Eurofighter, it wasn't it wasn't the 172nd one, but there was thousands of decals for it.
Well, it's like when you do it's like when you do a Phantom, innit? There's billions of decals on it. Let's have a look. Adam says, evening everyone, happy Monday. Welcome, Adam. Philly says, Belly is gnocchi and bench is a Tamiya Jagdpanther. Ooh. Dave Cardboard asks, is an air fryer basically just an electric oven? No, it's we've got one for chips, and basically you put the chips in with no oil and it just blows hot air over them and cooks them that way.
Yeah, I think basically it is an oven, but it's probably an air fryer. An air fryer is probably the wrong name for it.
Maybe it's
you
like
should call it small oven.
Maybe you could call it a domestic autoclave.
Because of its size, it just doesn't need preheating, and it needs less energy and cooks quicker. So yeah, less energy these days, always an advantage.
Always an advantage, never a chore. Retro Rabbit says, upcoming bench and belly. Homemade cheeseburgers, 1/12 scale Moss Peter Scott Bernard transforming motorcycle armour. Ooh. My fan is getting faster. Well, what's my computer doing? Let's have a look. We could fall over at any minute. Ooh. Ooh. CPU at 85%. Could be interesting. Anfield Road layout and the loft is in. It says, hi host and panel, bench is a Metcalf build, old factory, drink is coffee. You know all about the cardboardy bits, don't you, Ted?
I've actually still got some kicking around the workshop. I just enjoy building them. I never got any further with it. I didn't progress it onto a railway layout. I think I've kicked that thought into touch about building a miniature railway. But yeah, I just enjoy building the buildings. Yeah,
when you say you've kicked the thought into touch, do you mean you told Mrs. Ted and there was a response?
No, I just thought that it would be another project just to siphon all my money away.
It would be another thing of bigness, wasn't it, Ted, basically? You'd be doing bigness again.
Yeah, that's it. So I've shelved the idea for the time being. until the next model railway program comes along, and I think, oh yeah, I could.
I mean, let's be honest, Ted, the first thing you need to do in that loft is not actually build a railway track, but actually build a window.
God, my eyes are getting bad. These.
What are you struggling with?
I'm just trying to put some fittings into the end of this really tiny pipe.
Oh dear. Rabbit says, it's my CPU, I paid for it, I'm going to use 100% of it. Dorcosaurus is in and says, hello Ted, Fox and peoples in Chatland. Hello to you. Wow, get my words out. Hello Dorcas, let me have some tea. Hello Dorcosaurus. Dan Kramer says, bottle of Coke, benches, full-size custom Ghostbusters Proton Pack. Cool. Jeff Candyman from Mongo is in. He says, hello, model making guru, Skipper Scale Models, Lee, James, Dave, Phil, Adam, Jacqueline, Dan, and all in chat. And of course, Jeff is our own homegrown Carl Sagan. So it requires me to say, science is a way of skeptically interrogating the universe with a fine understanding of human fallibility. There you go. Always with the Carl Sagan quotes when Jeff comes in. So what else have you been up to, Ted? With anything interesting?
No, really sort of back and forth to work, things like that. Just we're getting round to a new season in the Lake District. The public returning in their droves to the museum. So yeah, it's been keeping us busy. Got lots of things to do. Oh, and I had an input the other day where I had to sit for a few hours in a classroom and be talked to about preventing Legionnaires' disease.
Okay, because that's the thing that happens all the time in your house or in the Lake District.
Yeah. Well, it's health and safety and things like that, so we have to have some input. So this guy came along at great expense from
Space.
an advisory company and told us all about it. Said, is there any questions? Everybody shook their head and he left.
As everybody always does, because they just want to get out there.
Yeah, no questions. Can we go now? Yeah.
No questions. Can we have the prepaid for little lunch, please?
Oh. Dave Cardboard says it's nearly March. That's when I binge Cosmos.
Cosmos. Yeah, Carl Sagan's Cosmos. Best thing to ever watch in the world is Cosmos.
Is that something I should know about?
You remember Carl Sagan's Cosmos in 1980? It's the most famous science program ever made. Come on, Ted.
Sorry. No, I got me beat on that one.
It's all about the universe and science and stuff. If you've not watched it, you should watch it.
I did see a thing on telly the other day. It was a 1930s type film, something about the future. And it was like, do you remember the black and white Flash Gordon?
Yeah.
It was like that. It was awful.
Yeah, of course it was. It was vintage I know what the future will be predictions, which are always hilariously bad. Can't believe you don't know about Cosmos.
Yeah. No, I don't know about Cosmos. Sorry.
I don't know. There's something you have to watch then, Ted. I was going to say something. What was I going to say? That's a Cosmos even, says Dave. Dorcosaurus says hi to Jackie. I think we're up to date. How are you getting on with your nipples and tubes, Ted?
I'm getting on slowly with them. It's very tiny. It's really difficult to see. I must apologise, people, for you not being able to see this, because it's black on black and the contrast isn't that good. I'll bring me...
Yeah, unfortunately webcams are a bit limited in what they can do, so...
Yeah. But I shall mess around with this, and at least it looks like I'm doing something, even if
like we said before, if you work in an office and you know to wander around with a piece of paper in your hand to avoid the boss giving you work, as long as you're doing that, nobody will know.
I'll probably swear. If I do swear, I'll try and switch the sound off first.
Yeah, but it's no good if you're going to swear, if you're going to pause and then swear, because you lose the benefit of the swearing then, Ted.
No, yeah, and as you know, that I don't swear.
Excuse me, I was just taking a swig of air then when you said I've got to tell you, folks, Colin and Fester and Chris will tell you this. Some of the finest moments of my life have been in private hangouts with Ted and others, where the real Ted is revealed. Because, you know, this Ted you see on these live streams, it's not real Ted.
Well, that was hard work, but I think I've got that. I just need to let the glue set now. I do get a bit impatient about glue setting times.
Yeah.
You tend
to fiddle with bits when they're not quite dry.
Yeah,
I'm the same. Except for CA glue, because then that's too quick, and I'm like, no, don't dry so far. Oh, it's stuck. Oh. I must admit,
go on.
I was going to say, over the years, I have got better about using CA glue. Over the years, slowly got better at it. I'm not saying I'm good at it, but apologies if you can't see what I'm doing. I'm kind of under the base here, so people can't see. Oh, people do let me know, of course, if I'm in focus, because I've changed my focus and I can't see what it's like. So do let me know if I'm in focus or not. If that's in focus there, tell me. If not, let me know, because I've got no way to check it.
Hopefully you can see everything on the bench. At the orange digger, you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Retro says he had trouble waiting for his Tamiya filler putty to dry, and he gums up the files. Oh, it's horrible when that happens. When you file something, especially like aluminium, and it just sticks in your file. Yeah.
You have to get the strong alcohol out to really get it out of the file. See, I've always been quite happy that I've, like when I do, you do sprue goo.
Yeah.
I'll put sprue goo into a joint to try and hide it. And if you don't know what sprue goo is, it's just a pot of Tamiya extra thin, and you've put loads of little tiny bits of extra sprue and spare sprue and stuff in there, and it melts down and makes basically a polystyrene filler. And you're supposed to leave it for like a good several hours just to fully evaporate all the glue away, so you're just left with the polystyrene. But I'm there sanding it after about an hour because I'm so impatient. So far I seem to have gotten away with it.
Yeah, this sprue glue seems to have dried up. So.
Oh no.
Never mind. What you could do, you could probably just reactivate it by just pouring in more glue.
Yeah, it's just changed from a pot of sprue glue to a pot of polystyrene. That's all it is. If you break the glass, you'll just get a cube of polystyrene. That'd be quite good, actually.
Yeah.
Right, all I'm doing here is I'm just doing the red highlights on this guy's little bit of material. I painted it Mephiston red, and then I went over it with some Nuln Oil shade to get all the shade in the recesses. Now I'm going back over with the Mephiston red in the raised areas and leaving all the shade in the recesses, and then I'm going with a couple of extra brighter reds in a moment, just to really make the highlights pop out. So it's just about layering your highlights back after you've done your washes, and try not to get red on the bits that aren't red. That's also important. There we go.
Well, we can certainly tell that summer is on its way, because it's starting to feel warmer in the workshop.
I noticed it was daylight at 6 o'clock yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. Is anybody holidays planned for this year?
Wow, already?
Yeah. 35
What have you got planned, Tedward? Anything?
I haven't anything specifically planned until Christmas, when we're going on the cruise.
Mm-hmm.
But there will no doubt be trips away between now and then.
Yeah. Ted's going on a cruise, folks. So if you live in a country, be very afraid.
Yes.
Doesn't matter which country. Just if you live in a country, be afraid. Ted's on his way.
I just realised that these things well, oh yeah, when do the clocks go forward?
Oh God, I don't know. I don't know. Isn't that on the solstice in the June 21st? Also, I don't know.
Somebody in chat will tell us.
I know not of such things. Do you know how I know that the clocks change? The clocks change automatically, and that's how I know they've changed.
Oh, yeah.
Before smartphones, the only way I knew the clocks changed was either Mama Wolf would tell me, or it'd be in the newspaper.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the only way I knew.
Or they'd say it on news at 10, wouldn't they?
Yeah, don't forget.
Yeah.
Because this is a funny thing.
Yeah.
That
would be the time when they used to put the play the national anthem at the end of the night before it closed down.
See, I don't know if it's the same for anybody else, but it just seems to me that, like, especially in the days before the internet, mums always seemed to know when the clocks changed. Dads hadn't got a clue, but mums always knew. All my friends, it was always their mum that reminded them, and my mum, she was like, change your clock. Oh yeah. It seems that mums always seem to know this just by default. I don't know why.
Jacqueline's going on a cruise in August.
Ooh.
Where you going, Jacqueline? And who with?
Yep.
Which cruise line? We're going with P&O to the Caribbean. Not the Caribbean. We're going with P&O to the Canaries.
Ooh, Canaries. Tell you what, Ted. If you go to, and I can't remember if it's Tenerife or Gran Canaria. I can't remember which one. But on one of them, on one of the beaches, I can't remember where it is. And when we were in Tenerife, I think on Gran Canaria, we stayed at Playa del Inglés. So it might be the Playa del Inglés. I don't know. But anyway, if it's still there, you go onto the beach and there's a giant concrete fish. But it's actually a building and it's a dive school inside a giant concrete fish. It's just amazing. There were really crazy Dutch guys running it, and they were like, "There's a hole in my wetsuit." Yeah, whatever. They just didn't care. But it was awesome. That's where I went. And the only time I've been diving. So keep your eye open for the giant fish.
Candygram says it's 33 degrees where he is.
Wait,
it's summer. It's going to be a scorcher.
Wait, is that but is that Fahrenheit though? Because we don't do Fahrenheit over here. What's that in?
No, that's 30 degrees Celsius.
Oh, is it? Wow.
Retro Rabbit says upcoming holidays this year is visiting all those weirdos in the UK.
Yep, that's true. He's coming over.
Just in South London.
He's coming over to be disappointed to see how inaccurate American television really is about what England's like.
Yeah.
Oops.
Dan Kramer and his wife are coming to the UK in May.
Ted, they're all coming over. We're gonna have to start hiding and stuff.
Candygram said it's 7 degrees in Toronto.
Ooh. I think we're about 7 degrees here today, Celsius.
Yeah. Bobbins is going to South Africa in April. Hey, these are a well-travelled lot, isn't that?
I know. I've only ever been to France once, Gran Canaria twice, the Canaries twice for a week holiday, and that's it. That's the only outside of the UK I've ever been, because I'm not a travelly type. I don't like travelling.
Oh, I love travelling.
I don't even like driving on the motorway. So travelling is not good for me.
It's when I first retired that I went all over. I used to sit in the airport departure lounge watching the departure boards and thinking, oh, that sounds nice, and go and book it, and we'd go there. Yeah.
I just don't think you just going to the airport just to look at departure boards just for an hour and then going home again. I'm like, you're supposed to spot planes while you're there, Ted.
Jacqueline's going with Pinot on the Azura or Arusa. Yeah, I can't remember how to say it. In the Mediterranean. That sounds very nice indeed.
Mm.
Yeah, we're going on the Iona to the Canaries at Christmas.
I read a very...
we might do another cruise in the meantime.
Mm.
But yeah.
I read a very interesting story yesterday on CNN about a ship called the World. And basically, it's a ship where you buy a cabin. If you're very rich, you buy a cabin and it's basically your house. You live in it.
Yeah.
And it's just full of other rich people, and you can't ask them, you can't just get cake and a bite. You have to be invited by another resident. Or they do have like open days where if the residents like you, one of them might vouch for you and say, you know, they can reply. But you can't just go up and say, can I buy an apartment, please? Because they're like, no, it's invitation only.
Yeah, I have heard of that one, The World.
And it was this interview with this guy who was on it for a few years. He's not on it anymore. He said he started off by buying a small cabin for $1 million. And then over the years, he bought a couple more and he ended up in a $4 million cabin. And in the end, he decided to settle down somewhere, so he sold them all. But he said they're keen not to give this impression that it's all just like rich debauchery and drinking and partying. He said, but it kind of is. It's all drinking and parties and affairs, and it's exactly what you think it is, basically.
We got some confirmation on the clocks. Jacqueline says to change on the 31st of March, so the end of next month. And she did Iona in Norway last year. She said we'll love it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Iona. I did Norway a couple of years ago on can't remember. It was one of the P&O boats, Aurora. Yeah, it was a much smaller boat, but it was really nice going to fjords.
Fjords. I can't think of fjords and not think of Slarty Bartfast in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Because he's the guy that did the fjords. Ted's like, I don't get that. How are you getting on with your thing there, Ted?
I'm struggling.
Oh.
I'm fearful that this tiny bit here, can you see it? That tiny bit there.
Nope, can't even see it.
Yeah, I'm fearful of it shooting across
Dear
the
Lord.
workshop.
Well, you are making the terrible mistake of trying to pick up a tiny thing with tweezers, which never ends well. But there's no other way to do it, of course. But
No.
and you know what? Tiny little plastic things know that. They know there's no way you can do it other way.
Like my fingers are too big.
Your eyes are too old.
Your
nerves are too wobbly.
I'm trying to hold it and not grip it with the tweezers. Because, you know, if you grip it, it's ping and it's gone.
Oh, yeah. It's weird. I was saying this to Fest the other day when we were doing our stream, but it's weird, you know. As you get older, your eyesight's supposed to get worse. But I've actually found over the last 3 or 4 years, I've actually got better at seeing, when I'm painting, seeing tiny stuff. I don't quite understand it. I've got better at painting tiny things over the last 3 or 4 years, and I can see better. I don't know if it's if it's weirdness, or I've got a disease, or if it's just he says then just messes up a bit there, or if it's just exercising your eye, painting tiny things all day.
I do know that I do need to go and get my prescription changed for my glasses.
Oh yeah.
It's one of these things that I'll do it next week. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week.
Are you living Specsavers adverts in your life, basically?
No. Anyway, it's 9:30. 9. It's 9:30.
9:30. I was going to say 10:30.
Should we go and do a what's in store?
Yeah. Go on. I've got a couple of coats of red done, so we can pause for a bit. Let me put my lid on there.
Talking about things.
I've got to press buttons now, haven't I? Oh, dear God. Right. I'm going to do something. I need the audience to tell me, right? Audience, when I do this, can you still see everything on screen? Somebody just tell me yes or no in chat. Can you still see everything on screen? Because I've got no way to see what you're seeing. So are you still seeing everything as it should be, me and Ted's screen? Can you still see it okay?
Right.
Waiting for chat to update. I shall pop your thing in there, Ted, while we're waiting.
Oh, yeah, that worked.
So,
Right. What's in stock? And Philly's just said yes.
oh,
so
good. That's brilliant then. Cool. Thank you, Phil.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's my turn for what's in store. As you know, what we do now is we just pick some items about what's new in store.
Yes.
What's recently come into eModels. And there's lots of stuff. There's lots of stuff. You just need to go and have a look. And within the first couple of pages, I found all these things. And one of the first ones I found was it's actually an old kit. Now, whether this is a re-release by Revell or it's a new tooling or something, but I know this kit's been around for quite some time. It's the Revell 1/200 scale Smith Houston tugboat. 1/200. It's massive. Well, not massive. That is gonna put it down to, let's see, around about a foot.
Yeah. The tugs are bigger than you think, which is quite amazing.
Yeah, 330 millimeters long.
33
around about a
centimeters.
foot. Yeah, that's quite big. Now, Smith Houston is an ocean-going tug. Not the sort of thing that you would find working in ports and things like that. These are the big guys. These are the big guns.
These are the ones that pull your super tankers around and stuff.
Yeah, if you remember when that green, whatever it was called, got stuck in the Suez Canal.
I was just about to mention that.
Yeah, these are the sort of things that will have gone to pull and push and try all they could to pull it out. These are the big guys. If there's a container ship breaks down or it's on fire or anything like that, these are the ones. They'll be on standby. They'll be just sat out somewhere just off the coast and just listening on a listening watch, and they will go and offer assistance. And it doesn't come cheap. It's not like the AA or the RAC where you pay a couple of £100 a month and they come and rescue you. These guys earn the money. What is it?
Listen out for skippers going, I've bent me boat.
Yeah, I'm broken down.
I may have hit an entire continent.
Yeah, but this is what does it say about it? It's detailed one piece, precise decks and bollards. Elaborate deck structure, including the winch, detailed radio and radio masts, rear wheel drive section with 2 propellers, clear film for windows, all round railings, and a bonus historical information and images of the Smith Houston. Now, which makes me think this is maybe a reboxing.
Yeah, like a reissue with the.
Yeah, I don't recall that being in the original box.
Yeah, have a look. I mean, if anyone's interested in this, have a look on Scalemates, and it'll give you the release history. And it might be a reissue with all this extra information.
Yeah.
They could have added stuff to it. You never know.
Yeah, a bit of background information on the Smith. The Smith Houston is a symbol of strength and reliability in international shipping. It's big, yeah. It's got a towing capacity of 200 tons.
10 billion tons.
That will be its bollard pull. What they call a bollard pull. Bollard.
You know all the phrases, don't you, Ted? Your boat phrases.
Yeah. What they measure that by actually connecting the tug to a bollard on shore and then going as fast as they can or as far as you can and seeing how big it is. So 200 tons means it can pull something like 3,000, a super tanker.
Yeah, cubic metric.
Pull that without ease. Once it gets moving, 200 tons is quite a heavy.
I assume the measurement's something like 200 tons per Newton metre squared or something. It's not.
No, that will be it. They'll put like a fishing, like you where you're shopping. or you know, like you wear your suitcase before you go to the airport. They put that on the wire, between the wire and the bollard, and they pull, and they see how many tons it pulls. So they work it out. It's 200 tons. And it's an impressive ship. So it's going to be really big. So if you want that, the Smith Houston Tug by Revell.
Go for it.
The next one, continuing on the digger theme, the one I've got in front of me, the Hitachi. This is the Gecko Models Army Heavy Type Pallet Forklift. Now then, as you can see, you will see these all around your building sites and everywhere in civilian life. So if you don't want it to be military, build it and sort of paint it orange, make it a JCB or something like that.
Paint it yellow, because yellow always looks good with rust and weathering.
Yeah, and it'd be really, really fun to sort of build, get that out of the way. A nice little sort of kit, fun build, 1/35 scale.
Good weathering project. It's not the kind of thing you want to make look shiny. It's a good thing to test your weathering chops on.
Yeah, you could have these on your. You could build a little sort of workshop diorama. This could be lifting a thing off a pallet or some pallets. Lots of decals for it.
Ooh. Now, don't forget, folks, we forgot to say, we don't know how many of all these things that Ted's chosen are in stock. There could be 1, there could be 1,000. So if you fancy any of these, what do they do, Ted?
Slap it in your basket.
And don't forget,
it's not yours until you check it out.
Yeah,
that means if there's only one of them and you put it in your basket and you dither about, and somebody else could come and
don't dither about.
Don't dither about.
He was almost swearing. If you just dither about. Yeah, so if you fancy any of these, get them in your basket and get them checked out ASAP. And don't forget, of course, you are contractually obliged to purchase whatever item number 3 is.
I didn't realise it. Item number 3 is...
Cashier number 3, please. Does that come with photo etch, by the way, Ted? That last... Ooh.
The Hasegawa Yanmar tractor. Now, the Hitachi, the Zaxxas that I've got in front of me is a Hasegawa. Nice little build, lots of detail in them. This is a 1/35 Yanmar tractor, and it's a big tractor.
Real big tractor.
Robot tractor. I'm not quite sure why it's called a robot tractor. Let's see if we can.
Could it be because it's a robot?
An innovative agricultural machine that exemplifies cutting-edge technology in farming automation. Farming automation.
So maybe you can set it to pootle up and down your field with the stuff attached to it without you driving it.
Yes, it does. It's designed by Yanmar, combines advanced robotics and autonomous capabilities to revolutionise traditional farming practices. So, they'll probably think the farmer could go out in the yard, shout to, hey, Yanmar tractor, go out and plough field.
And then go back to the pub.
And then go back to bed.
Yeah. I do find it amusing as well, like, given that these tractors are just agricultural, industrial type equipment, that they kind of look so sleek and stylish nowadays. It's almost like, what's the point? Yeah. It's going to be covered in farm in about a week.
Yeah, because come this, we're going back to the summer and what we were talking about before. Come the summertime, the wife and I often go around agricultural shows in the Lake District and things like that, and the big farming shows. And some of the machinery that's on show, it's huge.
We used to go to the Ulverston Market Show every fortnight, was it? Once a month. Ulverston Farm Show every month.
Yeah, but these are the big. We go to the big country shows where all the big top producers, Yanmar, everything, we would fetch all the latest technology along.
Dave Carwood says it's the tractor preferred by 8 out of 10 robots. And Richard Thomas says, that I like that. That's on my shopping list. Press the button, Richard. Press the button. Don't hang around.
One thing about these, you can weather them up, but you can still make them look shiny. Like all the
working vehicles.
wheel
and
arches
things.
and all the red bits. They're all plastic. So they would shine up again. So
It's the funny thing that I was saying before, like, you know, you get your little forklifts and the industrial equipment that you just really need to weather it. But things like this, because they are so sleek and curvy, you don't actually have to weather these. You can do them factory fresh if you wanted. I have to ask though, Ted, is it me or is that back wheel all cambered? Like it's got a bit of a stance going on?
I think what it is, the front wheels are maybe angled a little bit. But
Maybe it's like a special show version, like you get them VWs with the wheels stanced.
Dan Kramer said he used to work at a company that made automated farm equipment. They still need a person on board just in case.
Yeah.
I'm sure they do, but these things, if you're ploughing your field, you just put in your coordinates
GPS,
and
innit?
you take your hands off the wheel and away it goes. It does it for you.
Press the button, get your flask out, get your newspaper, start reading a copy of The Sun, off you go.
But yeah, another project there that you could weather up, make it nice, so it look like it's been working, or you can leave it nice and shiny.
And don't forget that is item 3, of course, which are all contractually
Item number
obliged.
3.
Yeah, to purchase.
Yeah, used to be 70 quid. It's now 63. So there we go.
Cashier number
Discount
3,
from
please.
eModels. The next one, something different, and this is a fire truck. And believe it or not, this is wooden. It's a wooden kit. As you may or may not know, eModels do sell wooden kits.
Yes.
And these are, I think these come on like a laser cut sort of sheet,
Yeah, it's
plywood sheet.
particle
and they all
fibre
go
board or
together.
whatever, isn't it?
Yeah. One thing about them, these kits, when you open the packet, they smell gorgeous.
Oh, God, yeah,
Burnt
that
wood.
smell of the wood, and it's got the slight burnt smell from the laser. Oh, it's like when you open if you open the Hobby Zone shelving packs that we've all got on our benches that eModels also sell. The smell is so fantastic when you open it. You're like, oh.
Just before we look at the pictures, we can see those curious about how a fire truck is designed. Woodtrick have a cool DIY option. Explore the inner workings and capabilities of this vehicle by using the 3D wooden model of a rescue fire truck. Now, this is an American one, but hey, what? Look at that. It's amazing. Look at that.
Does it say how big it is? Or what scale it is?
Doesn't. No.
It's a rough scale.
It doesn't give any idea of the sizes.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't think it would be a small kit.
No, it's probably a good foot or so long.
And if you want to go and have a look at the wooden stuff in eModels, have a look on the website. And there's all these at the bottom.
Yeah.
And more. And more.
Bizarrely, you may not realise this, but there is actually a section set aside on eModels' website for matchstick kits. I'm not sure there's ever anything been in there, but there is a section for kits made out of matchsticks. Just thought I'd plop that little information seed there.
Let's have a look at some of the pictures just before we move on. The details inside. I probably think that's just printed details, but the detail on the doors.
That's rather fabulous.
What they call it? Woodtrick Rescue Service. Yeah. But there you are. There's a wheel. I think they call it a wheel escape platform or extendable ladder.
You know all the words, don't you, Ted?
I know all the words.
You know many words.
There we go. If you want a fire engine, £72.35 for your very own wooden fire engine. That's a bit ironic, isn't it? A fire engine made out of wood.
Philly says, did my comment get removed or is YouTube app playing up? No, not removed. It's probably YouTube app being weird.
No. What does? Next one, IBG, 177 DSC Mark 1 armoured car. Now, it's quite nice to see one or two of these model companies bringing out British light armour or thin-skinned vehicles, because they've been a little bit lacking in the past for scout cars and patrol vehicles.
Yeah, you tend to get, what's the one you always get? You get there's that classic British one that's the, I'm trying to think of this, like a Badger or something, or a Stout or something like that called.
You get the scout car. Airfix have just brought out that Foxx, but there's always been the Bren carriers and things like that. this was a reconnaissance vehicle used by the British Army during World War II. So, but as I say, it's quite nice to see one or two vehicles coming out now. There's this, and there was another one as well.
Yeah, because you get a lot of Axis vehicles like that, little like armoured vehicles, and but you don't often get the Allied ones. Just another comment for Phil, by the way. If your comment didn't show up, it may also be that maybe you used a word that YouTube blocked. So it might also be if you used a word that's blocked, it might not have put your comment in. It was probably just YouTube being weird.
Oh, but yeah, there we go. That. Anyway, this is IBG models, 1/72nd scale. Now that I just realised that the next one, I thought the next one would fit this, but I've just realised this is 1/72nd scale, and these are 1/35th.
That's all right.
Yeah, I need to read the pages a bit better.
You have to read the numbers as well as the letters, Ted. The Bobbin says about that last one, it's a car with a gun. It's a gun car. Well, he didn't say
it's a gun car.
I did that.
But yeah, if the last one was 1/35th scale, you could have put this crew in it,
and it would have been
ideal. But never mind. Perhaps they are. But you could use them in the Tamiya Bryn carrier, what we just spoke about. Yeah.
They're just kind of designed for anything, aren't they? Really,
don't necessarily need to be in a British armoured car. You could use them in a tank or any other vehicles. Yeah, but they all they appear to be. There is an officer, but he's not pointing.
No, he's looking through binocs, isn't he? So he's only going to point when he puts his binocs down. So
maybe just count.
You have to give credit to these companies like Mini-Art and ICM and IBG, the smaller companies, and they're not new, but they've not been around that long, and it seems to be the way forward over the last sort of 5 to 6 years, 5, 7, 8 years, is that they've started making, and we've said it before, these like little niche things like little figure sets and vehicles that you wouldn't normally see, and we have to be grateful to these little companies, because all the big companies make all the the predictable stuff. It's a Spitfire, it's a Jagdpanther, it's a whatever, Panzer IV. But all these smaller companies are doing all the stuff that nobody else wants to make, and I love it. All the little funny little vehicles and the crews. And
it's always nice as well to pick your crew from another company. Like if you were to build I keep saying it, but the Tamiya Bryn carrier, and then put the Tamiya crew in it, it just looks like everybody else's Bryn carrier.
Yeah, but if you mix and match,
you can mix and match it, so it looks a little bit different.
And ICM Mini-Art do make some really nice little figures as well.
There we go. So, but these are Mini-Art, and they are pretty good. Mini-Art come with I think they come with the long range desert group. Sort of truck. So
he kind of looks. The driver kind of looks like he's got a big truck wheel. It's kind of like the big Chevy, the LRDG Chevy or something like that.
That's it. That's the one.
Yeah, he's not quite driving a little tiny Scorpion scout car. He looks like he's got a big. That was how I used to drive my Land Rover with its big flat wheel. Yeah, that's
it. You got you can also having driving a bus with a steering wheel that big. But there we are. A quick flash through. A boat, a forklift,
a pushy thing,
a tractor,
a
fire engine.
That's right.
A car with a gun.
Gun car.
And people. So there we are.
The way you describe it. And people.
So there we are.
Now, if you order the 1/72nd gun car and the 1/35th people and manage to combine them in a diorama in a way that works, we'll send you a cake. We won't really send you a cake, but we'll send you a cake.
Yeah. You could think perspective, couldn't you? The car is far away.
And the people are magically floating really close by.
So there we are. Stop sharing.
Did you press the button then, Ted? Did you press the button?
I think what happened was I stopped sharing the picture from the main screen. So,
you did my job for me. Good girl.
That was clever, wasn't it?
I know, you did a button thing. I'm slightly nervous, but it worked.
Well, that's it. So there we are. So now we've just got the giveaway to do. So don't forget, if you just joined us and you haven't entered the competition, go along and do it now.
Yep,
because you'll be running out of time. and you won't get a chance to win a
Yeah,
Thunderbolt.
it's not last week's video because that was Festus at the bench with his tank. It's the one before that, the one from the something of January, 19th of January maybe. It's the last eModels group show that we did. You need to put a comment. I don't know what the comment was, so just put any old family-friendly comment on there.
Yeah.
Scale Modelling Chaos says, have the crew sit on the armoured car as though the car's been hit with a shrink ray. Yeah, that work. We'll give you a couple of minutes to put your comments on. And I need to get some painting done. I want to finish at least one thing. So you give me a few minutes. I'll get my little highlights done on this red cloth. And then we'll go and have a look and see who's won.
So that's it.
What was your belly tonight, Ted?
Yeah, I didn't really. I just had a sandwich because, as I say, we had a big lunch.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you went to the pub, didn't you? I forgot you did say that.
So, yeah, I don't want to be a glutton.
Well, I've got Subway waiting for me downstairs.
No.
Apparently it's chicken. No, it's something. I think it's tuna, but also hash browns or something. I'm not quite sure. Plus salad, and then I've got all the little side dishes to go with it because I like the little. I do like their little. Tell you what, I really like the little. I don't know if they're brownies or whatever they call them, potato things that they do. They're really nice.
Oh, that question I posed the other week about can you do KFC in the air fryer? You can, and it works.
What, reheat it,
and it does the chips perfectly.
Ooh,
it reheats the KFC chips perfectly.
And I have to say this, right? I have to say this because I only recently discovered KFC about 3 years ago. We'd never had it. I have to say this, right? They may be 100% made of salt, and Mama Wolf can't eat them, but KFC chips are just the nicest chips ever. Whatever they put on those chips, oh. Yeah. But I tell you what, though, because I love me a KFC, but I'm not that keen on their burgers. Because their burgers are a bit dry and lifeless. I don't really, I don't mind them, but they're a bit dry and lifeless to me. So the other night we had KFC, and what I did was I got a couple of their wraps, where it's just a chicken fillet. And I tell you what, it was really nice. I won't be having their burgers, I'll be having the wraps from now on, I think.
No, what I did, I always get a bucket, a sharing bucket or something like that, or like a boneless bucket. And because it comes with all the bits, it comes with the popcorn, chicken, and the chips and the gravy and sweet corn and things like that. So, yeah. Candy says air fryers are fantastic for heating fried chicken. Yeah, they are. It works.
Yeah. Well, I used to like their buckets, but the thing is, when it comes to chicken, I like the boneless fillets and I like drumsticks because you can pick them up and go nom nom nom. What I don't like is when you get like a chunk of the breast with all the bone and you have to pick the bits of chicken off. It's like, no, that's faff. And when they say this bucket comes with 6 traditional KFC pieces, I'm like, well, which pieces are they? So until they do a bucket of drumsticks, which I really wish they would, I can't really go for that.
Philly says it's a boneless banquet for him every time.
Yeah, it's good though, the boneless banquet. Of course, other fried chicken retailers are available, but if it's not KFC, it's not really worth it.
Yeah, but not as good.
See, my traditional layout is chips, KFC chips, a portion of the southern fried rice, a blob of mash, a mash dome, and then the chicken thing, in this case wraps now, not burgers. Because if you combine the rice and the chips and the mash, because that southern fried rice is so nice.
Scale Modelling Chaos says Tesco do some hot and spicy chicken burgers, and he makes his own burgers with bacon, cheese, hash brown, tomato, or barbecue sauce. And he also says that his belly tonight was doner kebab pot noodle.
Cool. Yeah, that's accurate.
Bench was a 172nd Edward Tornado GR1, and beverage 2 litres of chocolate milkshake.
I got really excited when Pot Noodle announced the doner kebab pot noodle, you know, But then when I ate it, I realised it was just a Bombay Bad. It's the same flavour as Bombay Bad Boy. They just basically take the pot noodle and add cumin to it. And I'm like, oh. I mean, a Bombay Bad Boy's nice, and the doner kebab one is nice, but when you realise it's just the same, it's like, oh, that's not as exciting now. I got really excited. It was doner kebab flavour. It's like, it's just cumin. I got really sad. I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you something for nothing. I was looking forward to my Subway later. Now I really don't want it because I want KFC instead. Curses.
Maybe, yeah, it's payday next week. I'll maybe get a KFC.
Yeah. Well, I've gone from, I've got Subway later to, I've only got Subway. Oh. The sudden disappointment. Now I've thought about something else is palpable. Right, I shall finish this little bit and then we shall do our pulling of the winner. If you pardon the expression.
I've done it. I've got the end.
Did you get your end on your nipple?
I've got this fitting into the pneumatic pipe. Hey! It's only took me like an hour to do it, but there's 3 more to do, so yeah.
Yeah, but Ted, that's the sign of dedication, that.
Yeah. I could probably just... nobody had ever noticed if I didn't put them on.
No, but you'd know.
I know. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
No. Oh, let's just throw that. I didn't want to hold that anyway. Right.
Right. I can glue that on there now.
So I'll just clean that up a little bit and then we'll go and do our winner. So I'm sure everybody's had a chance by now to go and put a comment on the last Monday live show. Haven't you all? Yes, you have. If you haven't done it now, then you never will. You all know how it works. I'll just do a little bit of highlight there. And then we're done. I'll do the back bit in a minute.
Even because it's black, even I can't see it. Never mind the viewers.
Why must these things be so small and dark coloured? Nah, says Ted.
Just guessing that it's glued in the right place.
You need one of the microscopes like Colin's got, Ted. That's what you need. You know that desktop, that like benchtop microscope he's got. It's really good for model making, apparently.
This is bad enough. I don't see how... I can't work out how them Japanese people carve the Taj Mahal on a grain of rice.
It's very easy to understand because there's actually a meme, basically, when it comes to model making and things like that. Basically, you just say to someone, skill level Japan.
Yeah. Because
whatever it is, any kind of craft, nobody is as good as a Japanese craftsman. It's like, I don't know how the Japanese do it. They just do. They just. I watched the other day a craftsman who was making some sort of jewellery. And he made a silver thing. And then he basically covered it in enamel, or whatever it is they use. And then he took these little tiny bits of mother of pearl film, little bit he'd broken up into, and he started sticking them all one by one, little tiny particles to make this pattern. And I was like, I would have just gone insane by that point. It was amazing.
I know. Right, I've completed that pneumatic pipe, that those hydraulic pipes. I need a rest now. I need to.
Yep, I'll just finish this highlight and then we'll go and pull our winner. So, one moment. Do. But nobody's actually seen me do any of this because it's so hard to see.
See that? I don't know if you can even see it.
I'll put you full screen, Ted. Well, 1 second. Now I know that people can see when I do that. There you go. You're full screen.
Yeah. There we go. Something. Yeah. See you can't even see the fittings at the end of those pipes.
Yeah, well, you know they're there, Ted.
But you know they're there, and I know they're there.
We'll just finish this highlight. Nearly done. Right.
Dave Cardboard says, my mother would love me to move near to where she lives, but there's no KFC. Sorry, Mum.
Ain't happening. See you, love. You're on your own. Would she love you to move nearer where she lives for DIY and household maintenance purposes? Is that what we're saying here? Does she have lots of things to do around the house, and that's why she'd love you to move near? Not because you're the son that she loves, but she's got a guttering needs cleaning, and
Yeah.
because we know how it goes. That's how it really is. Right, that's done. I shall show people what I've done, and then we'll do the thingy. I have tonight just literally painted up the red. You can't really see it. Let me change the focus. Where are we? I've painted up the red loincloth, and at the back as well. There's 3 different reds in there. 3 different types of red. And what I'll probably do is I'll go over with a red glaze later just to kind of tone down that dark shadow a little bit. And I might do another extra highlight just to bring the red up on the very sharp corners. It doesn't look very good on webcam, but you know, that's how these things go. Nothing looks good on a webcam. But you get the idea. Right, are you ready, Ted? Shall we pull a winner? Shall we pull a winner? There we go. Right, so let's see what you could have won. Do tell me, folks, what you could have won. Hope you can all see that. If everybody can confirm that they can see that, I'll be able to carry on. When Ted finishes his model, is it within the rules that he can award himself a ding? Well, I don't know. Ted makes the rules.
Yeah, it's within the rules, but as you know, I never finish a model. There's always something that needs to be done on it.
Well, I don't know. You finished your U-boat and you finished your Panzer.
Yeah, well, yeah, but yeah, there's always something that you need to do.
Well, the thing is, Ted is the committee that makes the decisions, so he probably could award himself a prize and not let us award ourselves prizes. Right, well, nobody said anything, but I'm assuming you can all see that there's a big plane on the screen there. So you can win the Edward 148 Hawker Tempest Mark V Series 1. This is what you can win for free. It's 20 quid worth of kit, and it would be absolutely fun to build and paint. So if you've not got your comment on, you're a bit late now. So I shall go to the... Do let me know if you can still hear me, by the way. I've got to face the other way to do this. That was the show last week, show 283. I shall refresh that page.
Oh, me, I'm there.
Wasn't the boat.
Oh, I'll pay.
There you go, I've refreshed the page.
Sorry.
We've got how many comments? Why is it not showing comments? 11 comments. So there you go. Yes, Foxx says crafting with Jacqueline. Thank you, Jackie. So I shall copy the link for that. We shall go to our YouTube random comment picker. We shall add filter duplicate users, because you only need 1 comment. And we shall do number of winners 1. 2 plus 8. Ted, what's 8 plus 2?
10.
What's 2 plus 8?
Hang on, you stumped me on that one.
And I see the wrong way around. I'll guess 10. It'll be 0, 1, I reckon. Right, so there we go. So that is what we want. Oh, hang on, we've got to get... I forgot to do this now. Let's get the comments first. Where's the... Right, get YouTube comments. There we go. Sorry, something went wrong with it. What? Oh, don't do this again. Here we go. Right. Filter duplicate users. Get the address. It's done this before and I had to wing it. There we go. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Nice, easy one. Even I can get that one. There we go. 11. Right. So we've got 11 unique comments. Are you ready? 3,
Ready, steady.
2, 1. Excitement!
Oh, there's a few names I recognise in there. Dorcosaurus, Fluffy Rex.
Yep, Dorcosaurus, Fluffy Rex. He says, roses are red, violets are blue, lilies are white. This is not a poem, only flower facts. Right, so there you go. So Dorcosaurus, Fluffy Rex, well done. Congratulations, you have won yourself. What was it? The Edward 148th Hawker Tempest Mark V Series 1. So all you need to do, my fluffy friend, is send an email to the address at the bottom of the screen, which is, of course, ted@emodels.co.uk. You can see it down there, just underneath my hand of pointing. Ted's working there. He's doing grafting. He's getting carried away. Yeah, send an email to that, ted@emodels.co.uk. Put your name, address, and phone number. They'll need that for the delivery driver. And it is kit number #84195. That's #84195. Make sure you put that in there as well, so they gave you exactly the right kit. And we'll pass that on to James, and they'll get that sent out to you. So well done.
Yeah, well done.
Yes. Close that down now and spare my PC a bit of effort. Yeah, so I think we're done now, Ted.
Yeah, hang on a minute. Where's my thing at?
I'm painting again. You are, and all you're building. We're getting carried away here, aren't we?
Do that, and I could do that.
Oh God, it sounds like he's pressing buttons.
Pressing buttons.
Don't
Here
press
I am.
buttons.
Yeah,
Stream ends.
look. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm losing my sight. I need to get a new prescription. Then I might be able to build things a bit better.
your pair of telescopes.
Anyway, yeah. Anyway, that about rounds it up for this evening.
Yes.
We've given things away. We've had a look at what's in store. Go and have a look at eModels, the eModel website, and choose something. Choose something.
Because don't forget,
author.
eModels.co.uk is your one-stop shop
For all your modelling needs. And don't forget the eModels Facebook page, Scale Model Addicts. Go put something on there.
The new group.
Yeah.
Yes. Once every now and usually once a month, we'll do a group gallery show where we'll just go through the gallery and see what work you've been posting up. So it's eModel, facebook.com/Scale Model Addicts.
Yep. And so if you posted a picture on there, there's a fair chance that you might get featured in the eModels live show on a Monday night. So when you post, keep coming back on a Monday night, and you might see it on telly.
Yeah, on big telly.
But
you never know.
In the meantime, I'm getting a headache now with trying to fit these pneumatic pipes to such small bits and pieces.
Is it because you've had your nose right against the glue pot trying to do it?
So I haven't got gin, but I've got some isopropyl alcohol.
Ted's tripping on glue fumes.
Which might do in the meantime. So while I imbibe this, we shall both leave you all.
Yep.
Thank you for your presence this evening.
Yes, thank you for watching, everyone.
We'll see you again in 2 weeks' time. Well, it might be just me and Fox, it might be somebody else. But then, until then, we'll see you all again. But thanks for joining us.
Oh, well, I've got to do the buttons, haven't I? Just remembered.
Fox. Yeah, Fox, you've got the buttons.
Thanks, Ted. I was just sitting there about to do the waving and saying goodbye. I'm thinking, somebody's going to press. Oh, yeah, it's me. Yes, take care, everybody. We shall see you all next week.
Yeah, take care, everyone. Bye
Enjoy
now.
your dinner. Adios to me, bears.
Bye now. Yeah, I had to get the top off there.